Horses are in the yard for the second at Kalgoorlie, sponsored by Quality Rubber Lining. It's a maiden over 1,400 metres, and this is our only scratching of the day. Number 160 slabs won't go around, so it leaves us with a field of 6 here in a pay 1-2 event program at Kalgoorlie. Race number 1 was taken out by Hidden Ruby, who's returned to racing in really good order. Now makes that win number 3 in the preparation. Peter Fernie, Tash Faithful. Race number 2 was taken out by Mariah, Geordie Turner and Brett Drury, breaking maiden status today. The other maiden was taken out by Luke Fernie and Lucy Fiore with Lightning Gold, who got the better of Royal Accolade in a tight photo. First leg of the quaddie today was the Goldfields Stock Feeds Mayoral Cup, taken out by Lucy Fiore and Peter Fernie with Talk It Up, who goes back-to-back in really good form. Symphony in Red took out the second leg of the quaddie, Matty Derrick riding there for Mark Forder. In the previous event, it was Prince Takia at his second start in WA, Brandon Louis and John Doyle teaming up there with the winner of the third leg of the quaddie. So numbers to be alive in the quaddie: 1, Talk It Up; 6, Symphony in Red; 2, Prince Takia, and this is the last, over 1,612 metres at 58 plus grade. The first horse we preview is Freedom Square. Helen Harding and Keshaw Do Run combine. Drops back in grade here after racing in higher for a long while, but at the same time is probably a little bit out of form. Draws wide in barrier number 9 in a 9-horse lineup and has 61 kilos to carry, a $34 chance. One of the roughies of the field here, Freedom Square. And the way that he's going, he probably does need this drop in grade and needs to improve as well. Number 2, It's a Lance, given a month between runs for Peter Fernie. He engages the services of Chanel Cooper here, a 3-kilo claiming apprentice, to bring the weight down to 57. There's a run 2 starts ago where he beat Callaroo in a driving finish by a short half head, meets him 2.5 kilos better for having beaten him home, but loses the services of Jade McNaught from that assignment. Chanel Cooper riding here today. Barrier number 1, more than enough speed to kick up along the inside and hold a prominent spot. $10 doesn't look a bad price in the last. It's a Lance. Number 3, Callaroo, looking to win his first race at Kalgoorlie at start number 18 and his first race in 833 days. He's been beaten less than half a length, in fact less than a head, at 2 of his past 3. Been a story of his last 18 months, Callaroo. He's always thereabouts, but he's just struggling to find that killer blow again and just put another win on the board here. Jared Noski takes over riding duties today, riding for Rod Freddo Brown. Ownership of this horse is with Freddo's wife, Teresa. Good luck to them here with Callaroo number 3. Number 4, So Likeable's a 4-time winner at Kalgoorlie. 2 of those 4 have been over this distance, the mile. A last start winner, an all-the-way winner for Tash Faithful, who rides again here. Beat Callaroo by a short head last start, meets Callaroo only 1 kilo worse. They both come back from 1760 to 1600 today, but So Likeable, once he finds form, he tends to hold it really nicely, so I expect a big run from him here today. He, So Likeable, and the next horse, Captain Rogers, as well as Freedom Square and Deal Red, look like between the 4 of them, they'll put on a nice genuine tempo. So Likeable is $6.50, looking to go back-to-back. Number 5, Captain Rogers, was heavily supported last week when it was a leader-dominated program, 460 into 310 in the last half an hour, before holding out the late charge of a very much informed 1 more for Leo. He's won 2 of his last 3. He's making his way through the grades nicely. He's competitive from 1200 anywhere out to a mile. 7 days later, he finds another winnable assignment here. Geordie Turner rode him last week and rides him again here for Ash Grace. He's currently $3.70, Captain Rogers. Number 6, Ryewood. This is the money that I spoke of earlier. $3.70 into $2.30 now. This is a very, very good go here for this mare. She had a handful of starts early doors as a mare from Peter's Investments. She then was purchased by Andrew Ingles, and she's now raced on the Goldfields for a couple of preparations for Peter Fernie. First up, over 1,200 metres, was beaten 3 lengths by Californication, who's now headed to Belmont Park. Ablo was in that field as well, a very talented horse. We've even seen Hidden Ruby come out of that race and win twice since, so the form was there off the first up run. Second up here last week, struck a soft 7, got back on a day where you really needed to be on speed. Made good late ground, was only beaten 1.5 lengths by Captain Rogers, and with a 1.5 kilos weight pull, as well as a much better barrier draw today, I thought this mare was more than capable of turning the tables. I've put her on top here, 6 Ryewood. I'm definitely excited by the fact there's been so much money around for her here today. Number 7, Dancing Jack, still looking to find his best this time in. He's had 5 or 6 runs, but the best that he's finished has been 6th of 10, beaten 3 1/4. Most of the beaten margins have been 6 or 7 lengths. Senior Rider goes on today, which is the first time in the preparation, so hopefully Lisa Staples can get the best out of this 8-year-old, but expecting at the moment he's probably going to go around rough. He settles at the back and he's yet to really find that turn of foot that he has shown in previous seasons. Number 8, Deal Red's only won the once from 31 starts at Kalgoorlie and is 0 from 11 over the mile. But a very honest type, an on-speed type. Matty Derrick knows him well, and no doubt he'll be right there in the firing line, but he's finding a few in this grade a little bit too sharp for him. He's currently $26, number 8, Deal Red. Number 9, Dawn Enigma, the final horse to preview here. 5th run of the campaign, also backing up off 7 days out of that Captain Rogers Ryewood race. I thought the effort last start was only fair. Prior to that, went to the 1760 and maybe looked like he didn't run out the distance. 1600 he's proven at, but the wide draw is not going to be of any assistance here. $20, number 9, Dawn Enigma. 3 minutes away from the Signpost Goldfields Racing Museum Handicap, looking at this marketplace. Number 1, Freedom Square, 30s out to 40s. Number 2, It's a Lance, is almost doubled in price here, $7 out to $13, a big drifter in betting. As is number 3, Callaroo, $4.40 out to $8.50. Number 4, So Likeable, the theme of this race is the drift, $4.80 out to $7. There has to be money somewhere, and it's for 5, Captain Rogers, and 6, Ryewood. 5, Captain Rogers, $4.60 into $3.30, and number 6, Ryewood, $3.70 into $2.35. So the punters look to have narrowed it down to 2 here in Captain Rogers and Ryewood. $34 into 26, a sprinkling there for Dancing Jack. 13 out to 26 for Deal Red, and 16 out to 26. Back into 19 late for number 9, Dawn Enigma. 2 minutes to get your bets on here ahead of the last at Kalgoorlie, and this money continues for Ryewood. My numbers are 6, 5, 4 and 3. Ryewood all the rage here in the last. Thought she was an excellent run 7 days ago. Quick back up in distance, drawn better, should get every chance today for Lucy Fiore. 5, Captain Rogers, beat her home last week, has to concede her a kilo and a half here for a 1.5 length margin. Should get the right run, right place, right time, looks the danger, and is the only other horse that's met with any noticeable backing. Number 4, So Likeable, led them a merry dance last start over 1760, looking to reproduce here at a mile. And 3, Callaroo. He's consistent in the sense that he's never far from the winner, but unfortunately, it's been a long while since he's been the winner in his own right, this horse. 6, 5, 4 and 3 for me. I did think it was Ryewood versus Captain Rogers in a sense, as the punters have here in the last, but I was pretty keen on the chances of Ryewood to turn the tables from that good barrier and good map. $2.15 latent betting is Ryewood, in from $3.70. 6, 5, 4 and 3 for me. Royce Newton goes 5, 3, 6 and 4. Royce has gone the other way. He's gone with Captain Rogers. So we're both with the money horses here, Ryewood and Captain Rogers. Numbers to be alive in that quaddie. 1, Talk It Up. Into 6, Symphony in Red. Into 2, Prince Takia. Shortest way home in that quaddie is with Ryewood at $400 approximate dollars. Good luck if you're alive in the quaddie. Here's Royce Newton for the call of the Signpost Goldfields Racing Museum Handicap.
Thanks, Scott. Yes, runners coming forward here for the last. It is the Signpost Goldfields Racing Museum Handicap. Ryewood, your favourite, just continues to firm into $2.10 now, fixed odds. So punters launching into this favourite. Captain Rogers, he's had support too. He's been crunched into $3.40, so they've targeted these two in the field. And as a result, quite a few of these other runners have drifted. So Ryewood about to come forward that is, and likewise with Deal Red and also Callaroo to load. Jared Noski in the saddle of Callaroo today. So Deal Red goes forward. Matty Derrick looking for a double after winning on Symphony in Red. So just the two to come forward now, Dawn Enigma and Callaroo. And we'll be set for the last racing, of course, on again next Sunday. Dawn Enigma coming forward. Peter Fernie looking for a treble with Ryewood in this, and also So Likeable. Okay, Callaroo goes forward. Stand by. We're set at the mile. The Signpost Museum And the starter hit the button. They're off racing. It's a Lance from the inside, bounced out well. Likewise, Captain Rogers, So Likeable, working forward as expected. Likewise with Dill Red. They were being followed next of all by Freedom Square around the outside. And then we had Ryewood, the mare. She's got 3 behind her, and they include Callaroo, Dancing Jack and Dawn Enigma. Into the back straight now, 12.50 to run, and showing the way it's So Likeable. Out by a length now on Deal Red. They were followed by Captain Rogers, the outside of It's a Lance, then Freedom Square. A further length and a half then to Ryewood, being followed by Dawn Enigma, Callaroo, and Dancing Jack is at the tail, spotting the leader 6 lengths. 1,000 metres to run, and it's So Likeable showing the way, leads out by a neat length, still on Deal Red. Then we had Captain Rogers, who settled off the speed today. Down on the inside, It's a Lance, followed by Freedom Square. Then Ryewood, who's going to need a little bit of luck from there, pocketed away down on the fence, followed next of all by Callaroo. Dawn Enigma well back with Dancing Jack. 600 metres to run as the sun comes out in Kalgoorlie. And it's So Likeable showing the way, but edging close to the outside is Deal Red. They were followed by Captain Rogers, who's put into the race now. Then Ryewood, who looks to be climbing behind them, gets into the clear now to start her run. They were followed by It's a Lance, and then we had Callaroo, Dawn Enigma, Dancing Jack and Freedom Square. They straighten up for the run home. It's So Likeable about to be tackled by Captain Rogers. Deal Red between runners, and Ryewood down the outside putting in the big strides. It's Ryewood taking over with 150 metres to run. So Likeable trying to fight back, likewise with Captain Rogers, but Ryewood absolutely smashed in betting and gets the job done. Ryewood your winner, second in Callaroo, third Captain Rogers. They were followed in next of all by So Likeable. It's a Lance next, followed by Deal Red, Dancing Jack. A big break then to Dawn Enigma and also Freedom Square. Number 6, Ryewood. That's stepping up to the mile today. She's absolutely romped in. Good ride by Lucy as well. Was in a bit of a pocket down the Charles Street side. But Lucy getting this mare into the clear and letting down in good style. Ryewood for Peter Fernie and Lucy Fiore by Redwood from Rock on Rye, owned by Andrew Ingalls. And that was her third up run today. She went over the 1200 first up, went 3.5 behind Californication, and then went around 7 days ago and a length and a half behind Captain Rogers, who's battled on for third today. So 6 wins, 3 second. That's Callaroo, who's done his best work late. He was a long way back on the turn. And trained by Fredo Brown, ridden by Jared Noski, by All American from Cambally, and owned by Teresa Brown. Third in the 5, Captain Rogers, Ash Grace and Jordan Turner, by Flying Artie from First Blossom, owned by Ash and Serena Grace. And 4 gets 4th. That's So Likeable for Pete Fernie and Tash Faithful. 6.354, 2.5 lengths by a long head. 138.75, the winning gallop, but it was Ryewood and favourite punters home in the last from Kalgoorlie.